What's up, guys? It's Matt Jackson and Clay Smith, and we are the Wash Bros. Thanks for tuning in. This is going to be airing on Sunday, March 8th, and this will be season 3, episode 8. So we figured this is kind of the beginning part of the busy season. We're all ramping up, and what better topic than to discuss with you guys than how can, if we were just starting out this year, like everything we've learned over the last 5 to 7 years doing this professionally, full time, like if we had to start over today from scratch and you were in you guys' shoes where we're just starting out, we're just finding the Wash Bros, like what would we want to tell ourselves at that point? So I figured like this episode, with everything we've learned, everything we know, and everything we use today, we can compile that into one topic, and that's going to be help you new guys pretty much start the right way and save a lot of time. So you want to kick this thing off?
Absolutely. Appreciate everybody for listening. All the followers, the loyal guys out there that listen to every episode. We see all your feedback. We appreciate you following. We appreciate you commenting. We see your messages and stuff. And it's fun interacting with all of you and kind of living in the past and thinking about how it was when I first started and where I'm at today. So, it's very cool to be able to actually you go back to our first episode and come along with us on our journey. If you're new here, this is the first episode you've logged into. Go back and listen. It's pretty cool to see our journey from the first episode to where we are now. I mean, I had one truck, an unmarked vehicle, and I was kind of just an owner operator guy. Now we have two trucks, and we run them full time. So pretty cool. Spring's kicking off. This is the busiest time of the year, the best time of the year, my favorite part of the year because I've been sitting on my tail for the most of the winter, and it goes from 0 to 100 very quickly. If you are building a healthy business, if you get your business to the point where it's very healthy, you have all your customers, you're able to farm those customers. This time of year is awesome because you basically just go from 0 to 100. Once that warm spell kicks in, the weather's pretty. You start seeing the flowers bloom and just that spring feeling. Anybody that's outside looking at their houses out in the yard, riding by their house, pulling into the yard, they can see that the winter has brought into that all that nasty grime and all the algae and the mold and stuff. And it's just a natural thing. The phone just starts ringing. If you've built a very healthy business, you've built a good brand, everybody knows who you are, your phone's going to ring. And if you're new, you need to understand how important marketing is as far as getting your name out there. You want to be top of mind when somebody thinks of pressure washing. And if somebody's having a conversation with somebody, say, "Oh, I need to get my house pressure washed," they're going to be like, "Hey, call Clay, call Matt. These guys, we see them all over the internet. We see them on TV. We see them on Google. And my friend used them or my mom used them." It's just one of those things. How can you get inside of everybody's head? And that's the more creative than I am with the marketing. We'll let him talk about the marketing a little bit and kind of what you can do now. It may be a little late right now, but if you consistently do that, you will be able to tell a big difference in 6 months on about what Matt's about to tell you as far as marketing goes.
Yeah. So in all honesty, this is the time of year where even if you don't pressure wash, you can get jobs pressure washing. Everybody jokes about like the handyman, the landscape guys. Like if you're gonna be at somebody's home or if you're friends with somebody and you're somewhat handy, they're gonna be like, "Hey, can you pressure wash my house? Can you do that?" So there's money on the table. And I think in the last 5 years plus, since this COVID boom, since all this pressure washing guru boom has happened, people are just aware of what pressure washing is. I remember when I started, this was back in 2017, 2018, doing this part time, it was kind of like a niche thing. I mean, it was more blue collar. It was more like pressure washing. Like, man, why are you doing that? But nowadays, it's cool. The internet has showed people ways of making money. We live in this gig economy where like most people have to have a second job, stuff like that. So like it has become acceptable and it's kind of become a thing where people like appreciate and take pride in it. And with social media, it's very satisfying. So it's important that you take advantage of the momentum we have in the industry and not complain about, oh, everybody's pressure washing, there's so much competition. Figure out how to carve a piece out of that attention out and then put your spin on it. So like Clay says, with marketing and branding, him and I both do very similar things, and we're both successful because we do that. People are always going to be thinking about getting their homes clean, businesses clean, stuff like that. You have Facebook groups that are crazy. Everybody is posting in them nowadays. You got Google pages, Google My Business. You got um, Nextdoor. You got all these social media platforms. You got TikTok, Instagram. Like, there's so many ways of connecting with people. So, like, if you're just starting out, I would figure out how to connect in one area and how to be really good at one area. If you don't have a lot of money, you can do the neighborhood group thing on Facebook. Clay's got things where he has groups where he talks to guys and they all kind of like vouch for each other, which is like a BNI group essentially. So there's a lot of ways that where if you don't have any money, you can kind of um, grow your business, get the word of mouth, get into a referral network, and go off of that way. Number one thing I would tell you is just to hit your power base. So your power base is going to be your friends, your family, your coworkers, etc. So everybody that you went to school with, everybody that your friends on Facebook, everybody in your email contacts, everybody in your phone list, send them a message and be like, hey, by the way, like I'm pressure washing nowadays. Like if there's anything I can do to help out, or if you want to help me grow my business, like that'd be much appreciated. A lot of times people would love to support you. So there's quick and easy ways of getting momentum, getting jobs off the books from that. Every time you do a job, take pictures of what you're doing, use videos. People love that, engage, and then spread the awareness on social media. And to Clay's point, all it takes is like one or two viral moments, or that doesn't even have to be like celebrity viral status. It just means to be like, hey, I got 1,000 views on this, and that's 1,000 people. That's all what you do. So just get out there, put your foot forward, take advantage of all the opportunities we have at hand. That in 2017 we were all kind of shooting blind and we didn't know what to do. So that is kind of what I would suggest to kick off, to get your mindset in the right place. Don't feel bad that everybody's doing this. Say, hey, there's a great market. Figure out how you can carve out a piece of the pie and work on creating your own unique approach.
Yeah, when it comes to social media, right? None of us had really any money. I think I had 5 grand saved up. A lot of us have less than that. If you don't have any much money set up for the business, if this is something you're going straight full speed towards, the biggest thing that I could tell you that helped with me was, like Matt said, the Facebook groups, the neighborhood groups. So basically, if you're unaware of these, you go on Facebook, you search for these groups in the city and the town that you're in. So, like Greenville, South Carolina, all about Greenville is the topic, is the group name. And there's like 40,000 people in there. So that's everybody mostly that lives in Greenville, owns a home, resides in Greenville, lives there, or they work in Greenville. And what you do is you create you a nice little ad, and once you create that ad, you put a nice before and after picture, or you could take a picture of yourself in front of your equipment and say, hey, my name is so and so, and this is what I do, and we'd love to earn your business. And what that allows is you're creating that brand awareness. And if you do a different post like that every other week or every week, and you stay on top of these people's minds, they're going to message you, they're going to call you, they're going to at least you're going to have an opportunity to earn their business. And the reason I know this is that's because of how I built my business until I was able to spend the majority of my money on marketing to keep on staying afloat with the revenue.
Exactly right. Again, we live in the information era, so like the problem you face nowadays that we didn't face back in the day was like the resources available at hand. I had a couple forums. You maybe could figure out like YouTube videos of pressure washing, but you had to search and dig deep for it. Nowadays, you guys have ChatGPT, which is amazing. You can create AI. AI can write a business plan for you. However, I'll say one of the biggest issues we're going to start running into is at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you know, it matters what you do. So if you're not doing and implementing what's important, then it's worthless to have all this information. Is worthless to have all this data and know everything about like whatever chemical draws there are, or what machines you need. Like, you want to start from scratch. It's almost beneficial to not pour a lot of money into this in the beginning, because that's a lot of distraction. That's a lot of complexity you don't need. Your number one focus, like Clay says, should be your marketing, should be connecting in the community, should be making relationships with people, and then it should be like focusing on and dialing in like how you can be the best at whatever piece of that, like we were saying, that pressure washing pie out there that you can be. Like for me, it was the pressure washing. I wasn't going into roofs. I wasn't doing window cleaning. I wasn't chasing commercial work. I was saying, how can I be like the friendly neighbor down the street? And how can I deliver like excellent customer service and always over deliver every time? And that was the brand behind the driveway guide that I made. And that's still the motto. And that's still how we run our business today. Like that's what we're known for. If you Google or AI nowadays, what people are known for, it's like, hey, AI pulls that like we have a friendly, focused we have a customer centric, like friendly approach. That's what the brand is, and it's been put out there so many times. And then with reviews, it's congruent with what we originally started. So that would almost be like our mission statement. So instead of jumping into things trying to copy everybody, like get some introspection, figure out, okay, like what are my strengths? What are my personality? What is my personality? Like what type of customer do I want to work for? What is my market value? That's the big thing. Everybody thinks they're like big bad. I can do everything. I can chase jobs of like what Clay and I are doing. Sure you can. But like know the strengths and weaknesses. Clay's got multiple trucks, he's got trained guys, he's got himself. Like there's a huge skill gap there. So instead of trying to compete with us, figure out how you can compete with people who are either just starting out or you can tap into, like we were saying, like that power base. Tap into your friends and family. Go You may go door to door. That may be beneficial for you guys if you're literally just starting out. Connect with your neighbors. Like don't just randomly door to door. Like go through your neighborhood where people already know you, they already trust you, and they already like you. That is how you can really grow this ahead. Don't just copy paste generic stuff and then just blast the town and spam people. Like you really want to dial everything in with a personal approach and take all the information you have. And I was just saying, like with AI and ChatGPT, it's super cool. It can pull you from like not knowing anything to being pretty proficient in something. But the problem is if you don't have the focus and the controls to like implement action and do stuff, you're just it's almost like mental masturbation where you're not really getting ahead. You just feel like you're doing stuff. And that's the trap I think we're going to run down to with all this information with AI and like, oh, look at my business plans. And then look at all these social media posts where everything's AI written. It's just slop. So like come back to that humanity, come back to like what makes you unique and really take that and like hit your market hard with that.
So another big thing that I noticed with the social media is, and I had trouble with this in the beginning. I get back and I look at my pictures on my social media, and if you're not taking these pictures in the same frame, in the before and after pictures, if they look like you're taking them at different points of view. So if you take your before picture at the front of the house and then you kind of go back, like if you're trying to take a picture of the side of the house and you're taking it from the front of the house, and then when you do your after picture, if you're taking it from the back of the house, trying to get that same side of the house, it's not as eye appealing as it should be if you were to stand in the same spot every time. And I mean, that's something that I've learned, and that's something it's just the smallest things that you could ever imagine that make the biggest difference. And that's what I've learned over the last 6 years. The small things matter. You got to look, you don't want to you don't want to you don't want people to become post blind, like the AI stuff that Matt was talking about. If I type in to AI that I need a post for social media from Facebook for my pressure washing business, and Matt goes and types the same thing in, we're both going to get the same post, right?
Exactly.
So we're all starting to look the same using these social media posts. And that's what Matt's saying. You gotta learn how to stick out. You gotta make these videos. Like I just posted one where we watched a NASCAR driver's house, like right. So that makes me stick out. Who else out there can say they pressure wash a NASCAR driver's house, right? So just different kind of things that make you stick out and make people earn your trust. You build that reputation, and you just constantly put that stuff on the internet. It builds your data, and then Google can scrape from that. If you don't have a Google, I say this in almost every episode. If you don't have a Google page yet, you need to go ahead and do that as you're listening to me. That is the most crucial thing. That is where I make most of my money. And just from organic searches, I do run some ads on there, but just from organically, it has taken me almost five to 6 years to become relevant on Google organically. And when I say organically, I'm meaning for me to just be relevant because there's so many businesses in our area that it's taken me that long, 6 years of hard work of posting stuff on the internet to become, in the game.
Exactly. And then just and then like the biggest thing is this is like you always have to nurture what you're doing. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm like number 1 on Google," or "I'm number 1 on this, I'm number 1 on that." You constantly have to continuously keep that maintenance. And I've noticed, and to Clay's point with like AI with Google search, like Google is always changing their algorithms and they're now looking to like view your total brand across all platforms as important. Like your reviews on Google, they're looking at your location on Google, they're looking at services. Make sure that you're completely filled in. You don't want to say like I do pressure washing, I do painting, I do landscaping, I do this. That's going to kill your score. Like we want to have topical authority to Google. Google wants to know that you are the source for the customer's question. So if they say I need a pressure washer in Greenville to clean my vinyl siding house, Clay's location is in Greenville. He's got a lot of reviews commenting that he did a great job pressure washing vinyl siding in Greenville, and everything on his website's lined up correctly that shows that he's the pressure washing guy. He's going to rank way above anybody out there who's just like trying to like fake stuff. Like the more AI is out there, like the more it's important for you to be real, be authentic, and be relevant. We used to be able to just say like pressure washing in Greenville, pressure washing in South Carolina, whatever, rank like broadly for stuff. But with what's going on nowadays, with all the data we have and all the competition we have to say, hey, how can I rank in like almost zip codes? Like, hey, how can I rank in 29605? How can I rank in 29615? How can I rank in 29607 and be the authority in these certain zip codes? Because it's so much more important now to be like hyper competitive at a low level and in a neighborhood and like have a strategic map in those areas where you can dominate than it is to try to spread it all thin, and you're pretty much just going to be like diluted with all the noise out there. That's a shift that we're making this year. That in the past I'd just set like a 30-mile radius around my ads and just throw 100 something bucks a day into my ads. The more I've been doing research into it, the more I'm noticing like that ad spend is really thin. But if I can spend like $100 in like a core zip code area, based upon like where most of my customers are previously, where I rank pretty well already, you can really like crank up the heat and get a better return on investment on your marketing. And you also got to think about your trucks and your routes. If we're driving around town all day long, that's taking time away from us pressure washing. And when you have employees like Clay and I do, it's non-productive performance. So like we're having to pay our employees, which is an expense, to drive around town, to unreel your hoses, to set everything up and back and forth. And when you get to the business of like time is everything because you have a limited window of daylight to make as much money as you can, like those things really matter. So instead of trying to be the biggest and the best, figure out how can you be the best in your neighborhood, in your zip code, in your like school district. What are the areas where you are different than everybody else? Are you great into your local community? Are you big into sports? Do you work for the hospital? Like where's your power base? Where's your friends? Where's your community? Like are you big in the corporation you work at? Do you have a lot of friends there? Tap into all that stuff. Get some word of mouth, get some referrals, get some free work. That is the great way to start out as opposed to just scatterbraining it out, because AI is awesome, but even me, like I can notice like you can go down these like AI rabbit holes, and then they call it like hallucinating, where it just kind of comes up with randomness. And then you can feel productive, especially if you don't know what you need to know. And like you just say, "Oh, look at what all I did today." I was like, "Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're not putting revenue on the books, if you're not building your brand in your market, and if you're not like moving forward in your business, you're just wasting time." So it's all about focusing, and then it's all about like not trying to chase everything, and don't chase a miracle. Because if somebody's trying to sell you an AI built website and they're saying it's the best thing since sliced bread, it's probably crap. So like use these tools you have like AI as tools, not as a shortcut and excuse to avoid the hard work.
Yeah, I tell everybody every day I went to YouTube University. I literally learned how to pressure wash on YouTube. So anything that I ever struggle with or anything that I need to put together or any kind of system that I need to put in place, I YouTube it. I like that personal connection.
You're good.
I'm still good. Okay, I like the personal connection that I can get, like just seeing somebody talk and teach me and show me. I'm more of a hands-on learner. So that YouTube, um, it's been a game changer for me because anything I struggle with, I can look at it, right? So the AI thing, it's good. If you need some quick answers, pretty quick. If you need to, step by step on how to do certain things, I use that a lot too, as far as SEO and stuff like that. If anybody's listening, they don't know what SEO is. It's just search engine optimization. Google is obviously a search engine. So when someone searches for pressure washing in your area, if you have good search engine optimization, then you're going to rank very well. You're going to be relevant in the space, yada, yada, yada. The biggest thing, and I'm going to close on this, the biggest thing that I messed up on when I was younger, well, younger, I guess, but younger in the business world, in the pressure washing industry, is all I cared about was my equipment. So when another pressure washer called, I was, bragging about what kind of equipment I have. Oh, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. And I wasn't necessarily really worried about the business aspect. I was more concerned about what kind of equipment I could get. Oh man, I wish I could get one of those mini Mondo surface cleaners one day. I wish I could get this. I wish I could get that. That is the last thing that you need to worry about. I don't even care about equipment anymore as long as it's working. The biggest thing that you need to worry about is the business aspect. So if you could really nail, if you're not really business savvy and you're mechanically savvy, don't worry about that anymore. Don't worry about the equipment that you can get. Don't worry about, whatever it may be that you're worried about on that side and trying to brag about the nicest, biggest trailer that you can put together. Worry about the customers because you're going to outlast that guy that's worried about the equipment more so the guy that's more business savvy like Matt and myself.
Exactly, because as you get business savvy, your money increases, and then you can go to the place like C3 Skids, and then you can buy the fanciest stuff, and then you can pay a mechanic who knows what he's doing and somebody that actually is building the top quality stuff, and they tell you exactly what to do. And then as you keep going, you build your business even more. You train employees, and then they can run on that kind of equipment. So the focus needs to be how can I be the best business owner or business operator in the beginning? And then it's a customer centric world. Everything is AI nowadays. Like you want to avoid the slop. Don't just jump onto stuff and be like, oh, this is going to replace me. I'm just going to use it because, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it seems like every comment nowadays is like, I guess everybody's writing all these long form posts on AI because they all start to sound the same. They have the same syntax, like the sentence structure looks the same. They've got the same verbiage almost. You'll notice certain words that people don't use in normal language, and then all of a sudden they're speaking at like a college plus level. And it's like, come on, guys. Like it's important to use these tools at hand, but like there's only so many AI generated images or AI generated infographics that you can post before you just start blending in with everybody else. And if you're jumping into trends like this and you're jumping into AI stuff, just it can dilute your brand. So at the end of the day, make sure you're still personal about it. Make sure you still carry your own, like make sure what you do is important, because like I was just looking at, I got a website refresh from 180 sites and they're great. I could have gone online and got some free AI thing and played with it and done it and it would look okay, but it's a 9 day difference in my opinion and in the eyes of a customer to have somebody who's a professional and proficient at something build it. And kind of to the point of what Clay's saying, like as business owners we need to focus on like our number one priority is like how do we serve the customer and how do we grow our business. And then from there we delegate out everything else. So instead of trying to know how to be the web designer, instead of trying to be the mechanic, instead of trying to do this, focus on the key importance that separates you from everybody else. Like we're business owners, and sure, like there's 20 ways of washing something. Don't fight over the certain way that you wash because that's just your ego. Figure out how you can be like the best customer focused driven company in town, have great employees, have great reputation, and then go to a couple training classes if there's a skill gap there. Like build enough money, build enough business where you can hire somebody to consult you. You can carve out some time once your business is going and saying, "Hey, I want to invest in figuring out a different like a different let's say like add on to my services. Like we do concrete ceiling and certain things like that. We're getting more into commercial work. Like we didn't jump straight into these higher ticket things because I saw on Facebook somebody could make 10 grand by sealing a driveway. Like it's taken years of perfecting the craft that makes us consistent and grow steady. And then we started bringing stuff on as I have employees that are able to fill in and continue the same type of like customer focused, relationship based pressure washing business that I was doing personally.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the biggest mistake I made was the equipment side of things versus the business side of things. I think that's where I got everything confused because I'm like, okay, if I have the biggest, baddest equipment, then the customers will come to me. So if you swap those mindsets, I promise you it'll take you a long way. Like I always say, I appreciate everybody listening, following us on the Wash Bros podcast page on Facebook and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We got our school page that people are starting to jump on into as well. Um, Follow me on Clay Smith, my personal page, C3 Wash Bros, my business page, Matthew Jackson, his personal page, and then Matt the Driveway Guy.
Yep. And you can follow all of our links on our website at washbrospodcast.com. And you can also check out our books on Amazon and just connect with, like Clay said, connect in our school group. We're adding information, we're adding videos and stuff like that. It's one of my goals this year to get heavier into YouTube, kind of repurpose content that not only helps your business, but it helps helping everybody else out at the same time. So if you guys are doing YouTube, especially with Google nowadays, it helps you on SEO. So post videos on YouTube as well. Tag your local keywords, tag your business. It'll help you grow your business as well as educate and connect with other pressure washers. But that's everything I got. We'll catch you guys
Yeah,
on the next one.
appreciate you guys. Peace.
See you guys.